Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 33 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And in my last episode, some very interesting things had happened. I am finally having some territory being taken. Now these are territories that I had lightly defended, so it's not a big emergency or anything. It is a slightly shocking to see the Almohads venture deeper into my territory, so they have taken Cyrenacia. I hadn't properly garrisoned this province, so they just kind of swept in and took this after dividing the forces from Tunisia and Cyrenacia. My jihads have swept in and taken Tunisia, but yeah, now my jihads are going to be sweeping in and taking back Cyrenacia as well. It was really funny too, because the Almohads did try to take this fortress being held by these two peasants, and these two peasants actually did hold firm and defeat that Almohad army with the, yeah, of course, with the help of the defensive structure of the fortress itself. So that was pretty neat. Now, there's some things that I've been wanting to keep an eye on for a very long time that have finally happened in that last episode, that I finally can kind of see what is what's what, right? So I made a mistake a couple episodes ago by forgetting that a citadel is not a fortress, right? And I learned that, yeah, having I think my garrison was 627 men, and that was too many. That involved the siege time being only 2 turns, which isn't really what I'm aiming for. I'm hoping for a bit more turns than that to sort of force the attacking armies into attacking me. The fortress, yeah, that's different because that just had 2 peasant units in it. But now looking at this is a fortress, right? There's no defensive upgrades for this, but this shouldn't matter. This is that 627 garrison that I designed, and it's still the same problem, right? 2 turns, so 1 year equals 2. It's weird, yeah. I've already talked about it, but that's 2 turns. And so that calls for some adjustments to be made, I suppose. I would say the first 2 units that I'd want to remove from these garrisons are the Mamluk handgunners, and then try this. So try now with 507 men as opposed to 627. Will that give me an extra turn or 2 of siege holdout time? I don't know. So that's what I want to find out, just in case the Mongols or if anyone else wants to attack Edessa or Antioch, maybe I can find that out. Now, for Syria, now I really don't think the French will try to assault this fortress. I can wait for 1 turn just to see if they do. I think that would be fun to kind of play that out. If not, I have a lot of jihads that are waiting right here that can go right on in. Now, it was mentioned in one of the comments that there's sort of confirming some of the things that I had already thought, which is that yes, it does seem like zeal does play a big part in how potent the jihads are. It seems like the buildings that are present inside of the province also does play a part in the units that are available in these jihads. Arabia has been a siege engine producing province for me during this entire campaign. And here we are, we see mortars, we see a siege cannon here, 2 more siege cannons, and another mortar. Siege cannons are the most powerful siege unit in the game, I believe. They don't have the same range as the culverins of the Catholics, but it's very, very powerful. So to get those out of jihads, it says something. And we didn't see any of those in these jihads, correct? Like no siege. So we got a trebuchet and we got a catapult. We did get a mortar, mangonel, and a catapult. So we did get some siege stuff. Can we train this here in Egypt? We did not. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, I would still say the fact that this is lower tier siege stuff seems to indicate that might still be true. It is interesting as well because I do have Nizaris available in my Arabian jihads, even though I can only actually train them in Egypt. So that's not entirely like, you know, region specific either. But it does, I mean, the presence of the siege cannons does seem to indicate that the buildings do matter. Perhaps, right? You know, I guess it's still worth keeping an eye on and experimenting with this more in the future, but that's just worth, you know, looking at. And I think the numbers were higher as well in Arabia based on the zeal of this province. Also, yes, it was also mentioned that the presence of these 3-star generals that are here in my Arabian jihads probably is because of my like monarchs and my princes and stuff that have been hanging out here in Arabia just to keep them safe. Now look at these units. They're down to 2 men in each unit. That's just the king and one other bodyguard, or the prince and one other bodyguard in each of these units. So they got absolutely just really, really poached to make these jihads. Same with these peasants. They're just down to 2 men. So yeah, that's a lot. Since I plan on leaving these jihads for one more turn just to kind of see what happens here with this French crusade, I wonder what's going to happen with this. Like, there's nothing else to draw really from these units, so that's going to be interesting. But since the zeal is high here, would they continue to grow or not? I don't know. So I would like to write down these numbers and just to keep track of, to see if they grow again in the next turn. So I just wrote down those numbers for these jihads, and I just realized, is this the second turn that these jihads have been present? Because I had already written down the numbers for these Arabian jihads, and the numbers that I had written down before totaled out to be 2,319, and now they're at 3,191. So in just one turn, like, that's an incredible jump. If that's, you know, true, if I'm not, you know, making any mistakes here. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a big jump. So I wonder what happens then if they continue to be left here. So that's worth keeping an eye on in the next turn to see if they continue to grow. I mean, in a province where the religion is the same, I would imagine that they would continue to grow, but then it happens in provinces where the religion is not the same as where it would decrease, I would imagine, right? So that's interesting. I really think, so like planning crusades in the future, when you want to put like inquisitors along your crusade route, and obviously it's interesting because like it makes you think like maybe hanging out in a province for an extra turn or two might really help your crusade grow even more, right? Yeah, that's something for me to think about, because I will be playing a Crusader Catholic faction in my next campaign. So yeah, that's okay. I need to keep an eye on that. All right, so I'm going to be hanging out and waiting to see what happens with the French, and just sort of hanging out here. I do have some naval stuff I need to deal with. There's a Mongolian boat here in the Sea of Marmara that's being annoying. It's blockading my trade, and yeah, at this point, I think that boat like beat a couple of my boats too, I think. So let's see, like I could send a Dow and a Boom and send them in. What's the Admiral, 1 star, 2 stars? Yeah, I can try that. And I guess I should keep training boats as well. Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm doing. Let's keep building dhows, because I need the dhows to help me catch the faster boats. And I suppose I can keep building booms as well. Also, I should try to get some spies into Sicily so that I can try to cause a Sicilian reemergence here. They do have a border fort, but I think if I bring in spies like 2 at a time, I should be able to power my way in. Oh my god. I know I have spies in here somewhere. I can barely see them here. There's a 2 Valor spy. Let's bring you on over to Sicily. And I'll just try to bring as many as I can. Ooh, 0 valor. I don't know about you. Maybe if I just kind of bring in as many as I can all at once, then they won't be able to catch all of them. So let's try you and you and you. And are there any other guys that I have that are like right here? You have 0 valor. I don't know if I want to send you in. 1 valor. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't just do that. That makes it easier. Any more spies? No. Oh yeah, and I should probably assign this governorship to someone as well. Yep, here for Tunisia. And I do need to go back to the drawing board on looking at what kind of garrison I want for that citadel. And I suppose, let's see here. I can't train spies here. Instead of building booms in Antioch, how about I train more spies? I think I can get the Valor 2 spies here. Yes, I can. Okay. So let's do that. And let's go back to the drawing board here in Tunisia. And take a peek. So these are going to be like mostly jihad armies. And I suppose I can disband a lot of this, but there's some good units here for sure. But I can put the peasants back. Well, actually, no, I don't want the peasants because I just want a military garrison here. Yeah, that's right. Well, I can find I was just going to say, I can find a governor. I mean, you are adequate, but yeah, I think I want to do like less peasants, you know? Because that's what I was doing a lot of, just a lot of like peasant garrisons. And on my interior provinces, that's fine. Like in Sinai, like you can go back to, why are you guys beat up? Did a jihad go through here? Yeah, they marched through Arabia. Yeah, you guys can get retrained, and same thing. Yeah, you're being retrained as well. Okay. Yeah, I wish there was an easier way to keep track of your high acumen generals or your governor candidates. Because that's another like reason why I'm tempted to think of getting like a more minimalist approach in my future campaigns. Because it would be nice to have like a really hands-on approach to this sort of thing instead of just kind of giving governorships to like the first, you know, four acumen guy that you come across. But that so often is the case just because like, you know, you just, you know, why look through all of this stuff when you have this many troops? But yeah, for now, I guess like just, you know, whoever makes sense, I can give the governorship of, yeah, like you. Why not you? Yeah, you can be the governor of Tunisia. 1 loyalty. Bump up those taxes. And now I'm losing only 1477, so yep, that's alright. And now let's try to design a garrison that's, so 780 infantry. Alright, so what's half of that? 390. Okay, so now I need to think about designing a garrison that has 390 men in it. It's also worth considering putting cav units in that can dismount into being spearmen. I don't know all of the dismount options for all the cav units. It doesn't say, does it? Like, it doesn't say why, like right here, like what you can dismount stuff into. I have to go into the wiki on the internet to find out, which is super annoying. I think that for a lot of them, it's just the Saracen infantry. So if you wanted a 40-man spear unit instead of a 100-man spear unit, you might be thinking like, well, why would I ever want that? Well, so for cav units, since they count as like 2 mouths to feed in a garrison, then you can have a 40-man spear unit that you're only like feeding 80 mouths instead of 100 mouths. And, you know, so therefore, you know, you get a spear unit, but it's not going to be as bulky, sure, but it can still hold a choke point, right? In a castle or in a fortress or something. Whereas like on the open ground, you do really want those 100-man units to take up more space, I suppose. Like that makes sense. But yeah, having a cav unit that can dismount into a Saracen infantry, but also another reason to like think about having cav units in garrisons. Like think about how they're used historically, right? You have these garrisons which, you know, aren't big, but they're inside of these impressive fortresses that are really hard to take. And something that like people like me, for instance, like thought for a very long time, I just didn't understand, like, well, why not go around the castle? Like why were people always attacking castles? One of the first like military strategy books that I read growing up, it was just a book that my dad had in my bedroom. It was a book that was called How Great Generals Win. And it really did kind of sway my thinking towards like the brilliant generals, the real geniuses that we kind of remember throughout history, like Napoleon and Sherman and Genghis Khan and Subutai and Scipio, Hannibal, you know, the real geniuses. And it kind of makes you forget how competent like so many other generals throughout history, the ones that are kind of forgotten or are completely forgotten, just the guys that just did their jobs well and understood how to run a campaign from a logistical standpoint. They understood, you know, the patience that it took and the logistics that it took to run a campaign. And I think that, you know, as I get older and as I learn a little bit more about history, I appreciate this aspect of warfare and strategy a bit more. And it's interesting because those geniuses that we kind of like grow up reading books about and kind of like idolize. I don't know if idolizing is the right word. But you know, as when you're playing strategy video games, and yeah, in a way you kind of idolize that and you want to kind of simulate that, right? A little bit. And there's an element though of just like the workmanship of just being an actual good leader that understood logistics. And yeah, I learned over time that the reason why that book, How Great Generals Win, didn't really talk much about generals of the medieval era. In fact, I think he completely skipped the Middle Ages, and then like talked about the Mongols and how like excellent they were, but then didn't talk at all about any like European general. And basically, it was kind of like just like looking down on that and being like, yeah, no, these guys sucked. They just had heavy cav that just ran forward, and there was no element of strategy to it or tactics, and they didn't really understand how to have a grand like coordinated strategy to take over a territory, because all of their strategy is based on taking castles. And the author's kind of thing was that great generals would circumvent the hard to take areas to go after the soft areas, because winning wars had more to do with destroying the will of the people to fight than it is about actually taking out the military targets. That was his kind of like thesis that he kind of, and I can't remember the author's name. It's been so long since I read the book, but I read it like multiple times when I was a kid. And, but you kind of like learn over time that, oh yeah, no, these fortresses, like they were built in places where you couldn't ignore them. And the people that tried to ignore them lost their campaigns because they had a fortress that was in their rear that was, obviously causing issues with their supply train and reinforcements, whether it's like, crusades trickling in or just regular reinforcements trickling in or logistics or food or whatever. Like you have to keep those open. And all it takes is like 20, 30, 40, 50 dudes in a castle, with enough food to feed their horses and themselves. And they can go out there and just cause havoc. And now finally going back to this game here, I like that idea then, like why put a cav unit in a castle when you're thinking about, withstanding a siege, when you're just causing more mouths to feed, and it might not work very well in a battle. But I've seen, when I attack these fortresses or these these defensive settlements that you can deploy, or the AI can deploy units outside of that. I'm sorry, I haven't had a lot of sleep. I'm having a hard time with words, but yeah, that structure, right? And so I guess like the idea then is, one option is to dismount those cav units and fight inside of the structure. The other option is to put that cav unit like outside of the structure, maybe hide it in a forest or somewhere like that, and then try to attack those siege things, those guns or those trebuchets or those mangonels or those catapults or whatever, and you know, kind of destroy the enemy's ability to attack and to take that fortification. Yeah. So anyway, that's a long way of saying that I'm going to think about and consider maybe putting some cav units inside of this citadel. I still want to keep it as a citadel just for testing purposes, to kind of see what that number is going to be, what that sweet spot is going to be. And I don't really know what I'm looking for here. Like, am I looking for something that lasts for 3 turns, 4 turns? Like, what is it really? I don't want to go with a garrison that's so low that it is, you know, easy to take. I obviously do want to be able to hold this, you know, thing from an assault. But as we've seen in Cyrenacia, a castle with 0 defensive upgrades, with 2 units of peasants, did hold up against a pretty weak army, all things considered, but it did hold. So that's to say that it might not take much, you know. For now, though, I think that, as we know, going a little over half of the size is too much. So how about I look at half of the size? How about I look at forming a 390 or less garrison to hold this citadel here in Tunisia? Here's an idea. I'm thinking for this one going with very small units. No Saracen infantry as a base unit, just using the Ghulam bodyguards, and they can dismount. I did check that. Basically, all of the Egyptian cavalry can dismount into Saracen infantry, so pretty boring, but, you know, useful, yes, for the reason that I stated. You are getting a smaller unit that is less mouths to feed, and you are still getting spears as an option, or a mounted unit as an option, so there is that. And then, yeah, using Hashishin and Napthas, just because they are smaller units, and you can have more of them. And a couple, like, you know, decent units as well. The Abyssinians, the Nizaris. And then I'm going to be retraining. The general is here. Abu Bakr al-Hakim, the 2-star general. He's going to be retraining his unit here in Palestine. And then he will be moving back to Tunisia, where he will be taking back over his command. And then I will probably just disband all of these. I'm assuming these are all like the previous jihad armies. And yeah, trying to save a bit of money here because I am losing money. Not a big like emergency, but still something that I would like to avoid. And yeah, I think that after all of that, I mean, I've been spending a lot of time just on this one turn, but that's okay. I'm going to be getting the spies into Sicily as soon as possible, trying to cause that reemergence. And yeah, I'm going to be going after these Mongolian boats as well. Okay, looks good. Let's drop a save here. And let's spend 1 turn watching this French crusade. And yeah, if they don't attack, then I will just go in and take it back. Yeah, ooh, the French are going after the Byzantines. Okay, looking pretty quiet here. And yet the Italians and the Papacy are going back and forth. Got a 3-way rumble here. The Mongols did back out of Moldavia. But what about the French? Okay, so my garrison sallies here in Cyrenacia, and the Almohads have no place to run away to. So this is going to be an absolute slaughter. They have their Prince Abdullah. He's a Ghulam bodyguard unit, but he has no command stars, no valor. There's only 6 men in his unit. And then 4 units of archers, 1 mangonel, 1 trebuchet, 1 mortar, and then a very depleted unit of desert archers. Let's see. Honestly, gosh, I don't even know if I want to really fight this one. Not really. I think I want to get through a few turns, honestly. So, Yeah, I'm going to auto-resolve this attack, and I did lose 28 men. And I've taken back Cyrenacia. Awesome. And here we are in Tunisia. So they want to stand and fight here. Wait, what's going on? They're invading. They're just going right back in. Okay. It's a good thing I kept those armies there, I guess. So Mohammed S. Ali. I didn't know that I had a 2-star general left in that province. So I'm curious. Who are you? I guess you were in one of the jihad armies and I just missed you. So the Almohads are going back in. I outnumber them. And I would imagine I have the forces available to defeat this. I mean, the first wave is pretty not great. Look at this. I mean, archers, arquebusiers, handgunners, 2 units of Gulam bodyguards, 1 3-star general. So there is that. Almohad urban militia. So yeah, there is good swords unit. Mangonel, ballista. I don't even know if that ballista can fire because there's only 2 men manning it. And then in the reinforcements, a lot of Naphthas and arquebusiers and archers and yeah. So this is not going to be too difficult. I just have to make sure that I get a proper. I even have an organ gun, which would be fun. I guess I don't know if I can bring it though, because the first wave is going to be all range units coming from the Almohads. And frankly, so is the second wave. Like, I don't know if there's going to be anything I can use that organ gun on. I could use it on the Gulam bodyguards. Yeah, I guess I'll bring it just for fun. Why not? I mean, if you haven't watched, I used the organ guns to some decent effect in at least one of my battles in my Danish campaign. But if you have not watched that, then yeah, you're in for a treat. Let's try to see. I mean, hopefully you're in for a treat. If it works, it works. Like, it's really fun if it works. But it's just the short range is just really brutal. But if it hits something, man, it just deletes that unit. So yeah, let's have some fun here. We have been gifted with a pretty good high ground here. And I'm going to be trying to have my organ gun in a position where no matter if they come from this direction or this direction, then maybe he can get a shot in. And yeah, if we can kind of take a peek at him, look at that. Look at that organ gun looking pretty cool there. Yeah, that can do a lot of damage, but the range is so short. So let's see here. Let's get set up here. Ooh, that Mangonel is going to be in range of my Mamluks, is it not? Yeah, they're already shooting. So let's run back with my cav so that we don't get hit. Yeah, kind of forgot about that. Actually, maybe I can put my Mamluks out here. Here, and then here, because it can't turn. So if we come out to the flank, maybe we'll be okay. Then here on this side. Let's get set up like so, like that. And then here, let's go like that. And then have the Mamluks in front. And it looks like they're angling to come at me from this side. Now, if they think they're going to protect their mangonels with one unit of arquebusiers, they are sorely mistaken. So let's bring my Mamluks like here. And Gulam cavalry sort of hang out there. Actually, I'm pretty tempted to get a cheeky charge on in. I heard that ballista. Is that ballista actually shooting? It's kind of surprising. Yeah, let's continue to back up here with my Mamluks. If I can draw those arquebusiers up the hill, I wouldn't mind that. But I don't want to charge blindly into that because just because that unit is backed up, like it has another archer unit right there and some more handgunners. I could actually, I mean, they're gonna like leave this artillery piece undefended, are they not? Yeah, it looks like that's what they're gonna do. So in that case, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's run at them with my Gulam cavalry. And then we can even run at these archers as well. You can attack the mangonel just to make sure that they don't hit us. And we should be able to get rid of these two units. Because the rest of this army has sort of gone on ahead a bit too far. And if they're gonna rotate all the way over here, then let's go here with my main force. Yeah, they're charging on in pretty hot and heavy here. And is the organ gun? It'd be really nice to kind of get him so the organ gun can shoot. That would be really nice. So we've destroyed. Alright, Mamluks, get back, please. Yeah, don't get hit by the Almohad Urban Militia. Get back here. And why are the Gulams taking so long to kill arquebusiers? You are heavy cav, so please get back. And Gulams, get back here. You guys can start running. And the Gulams, I mean, gosh, if you're not going to break arquebusiers, then yeah, I guess you can start running as well. And up here, so they're going to get right on in. Let's try to get in here, and yeah, they just chased down my Mamluks, or my handgunners. So let's try to stop them here. My guys are set to skirmish, so they will run away. And with spear support, maybe we can break these guys. And their general is going to be heading right on up. So maybe, gosh, if we could get an organ gun hit in, that'd be really nice. And our Mamluks getting caught. Looks like they are. At least one of the units is. Yeah, it's a shame. If I could get you guys back, that'd be nice. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. You guys get back? And Gulams come up here and help out against these bodyguards. I got the handgunners are shooting right into this combat here. Let's bring these handgunners up here. And yeah, we should be able to destroy that unit of Gulam bodyguards. And then on this side, yeah, you guys can charge on in. In fact, I mean, Nizari's as well. You guys have insanely high attack, so why not cut down that general? And then you can come there, and then, yeah, looks like we've just demolished those guys. Horse archers can come up here, and horse archers, yeah, they just got caught. Yeah. Yep, just, my attention's a little bit too split right now, and I'm just a little bit too sleepy. A little bit too sleepy to focus, but, you know, I think it's gonna be okay here. Yeah, it'd be nice to get, yeah, just see now, like, I've gotten rid of all the melee units that, like, the organ gun would be able to shoot. So, I think I have Almohad Urban Militia coming up on my left flank, I think. So, maybe there's still an opportunity to shoot at something. Come on, Gulams, come back here. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. What's happening? Alright, Nizari's, you need to get into skirmish mode, and let's see, I guess it's time for the Gulams to charge on in here and get rid of these desert archers, and Mamluk horse archers can go as well. And then these Mamluks can face out against these archers here and then here, and then yeah, you guys can keep running away. And their general's still fighting. Oh, just as I say that, he is running away. Okay. Alright, so he's running away. We can break this element here, getting rid of these units. Maybe we can even catch this general. That'd be kind of cool. So let's turn and turn, and let's go here. And they're trying to support with all of their archers on this side. They have Almohad Urban Militia. Yeah, if we could draw them into our organ gun, that'd be pretty sweet. Let's go here and there. And I want it so bad. Now can we get this organ gun blast? Come on, can you shoot these guys? Almohad Urban Militia. Oh my god, this is the time. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. That's kind of a weird shot. Looks like it did some damage, but yeah, it wasn't as like crazy. It's funny how like it kind of lobs, you know? Like it's... Oh, they're still in range. Can you shoot them? Well, there's handgunners coming up, so like maybe we can shoot them. Maybe. We have Gulam Cav that are driving off these archers down here, and should I send my general in? Maybe. And I do have 10 Mamluk horse archers left as well here, so maybe send them in as well. And then, let's see, where's my... Yeah, you guys come back. You come back, and then I have another unit as well. Yeah, you guys, let's see. Yeah, just start making your way back to the main conflict. And I guess I should support with my infantry as well. My Saracens, you could charge on in. I don't want my general to break to handgunners. That would be bad. So yeah, let's see. Gulams. Gulams are fighting Almohad Urban Militia. Probably not the fight that I want, so let's try to get back. Saracens, can you guys come in here and help out? Okay, so we broke the handgunners. Let's get back, actually. I don't like this. I don't like it. Let's try to get back. Can I select my general? There you go. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. There you go. And try to let them come towards us. It's a little bit awkward because, yeah, they have a lot of archers. And it would be nice to be able to drive them off, but... Something that I've learned, like, all the way going back to Shogun 1 is, like... You really, like, if you want to attack into a horde of archers and you think, hey, I have a couple of cav units, like, that's enough. It's not. It usually is not. You need a lot. Yeah, like, sure, a lot of cav units, sure. But not just, like, a couple. You know, it's... A lot of times those archers will... They will fight harder than you would expect. They kind of last longer than you would expect. You know, they just kind of... And then the whole time that you're fighting, the other units are shooting you in the face. It's just, it doesn't work kind of the way that you would think, like with a cav unit, just kind of plowing through ranged units. Maybe in like other Total War games, but at least in Shogun and Medieval, it really does feel like, you know, unless you can pick off like isolated ranged units, kind of like here, that's one thing, but you don't have that same like the physics in these games aren't the same as like in Rome, I think. I think that's where it's a little bit different. Whereas like in Rome, you can really just kind of plow through units, and here you're kind of, I don't know, you're kind of limited a little bit by that. I have Mamluk horse archers coming back up, so let's go ahead and run down these handgunners and begin. We have a pretty healthy unit of Gulam Cav as well. You guys can run down these archers as well. And that will be nice getting rid of these units. Let's send in my Saracens. Maybe they can help out. Because we have more guys coming on. Yeah, more arquebusiers, Naphtha, handgunners, archers. So yeah, a lot of ranged units. Totally a lot of ranged units. Yeah, my Nizaris are a little bit beaten up. Let's see, got 16 Gulams over here, hunting down 5 desert archers. And I did call in another unit of Nizaris for reinforcements. And they have a large shield, eh? Did it just say they have a large shield? I thought they had a small shield. That's kind of strange. Maybe I was reading that wrong. Because yeah, I thought archers could not have large shields. Like at a max, a small shield, like a buckler attached to your forearm, and that's it, right? Well, that would make sense. We have ourselves a horde of handgunners coming up this hill. Can we get an organ gun shot? Does a height increase affect the range of the artillery pieces? I actually don't know if it does, but oh my god, this could be, just amazing. 2 units piled on top of each other. Oh my god. Is that a lot? See, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't as much as like it could have been, but still pretty fun stuff. Also, it's kind of weird. Like the whole, like the animation of it, it just kind of looks like it's one big ball that just kind of pops out when, like, you know, it's an organ gun. So there should be a bunch of balls popping out. So yeah, it's kind of a funny animation. I think the first time I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that looks pathetic. But then I just deleted a unit. I was like, oh, that's, nope, perfect. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from it. We have ourselves some naphtha throwers coming up, charging our position here. And you guys do not get to... Yeah, let's charge down at them with our Saracens so that they can't throw their grenades at us. Well, that would be bad. So yeah, let's get down here, get down here, get him, get him, get him. There we go. Alright, sweet. We got him. Arquebusier is getting shot by archers. I still have, let's see, Ghulams. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, go ahead and charge the Ghulams. Charge the Saracens. And Mamluks. Let's see, Arquebusiers are shooting into our Saracens here. They have more archers off in the distance, and Ghulam Cav are still hunting down archers happily. And what do we have back here? 3 handgunners. Let's see, Nizaris can come up. You are the fresh units, so you have plenty of ammo left. I may have gotten these 2 units a little bit overexposed here. My Ghulam Cavalry and my Saracens. Yeah, a bit surrounded, a bit cut off, but I don't really want to send... I don't really have the proper units to send into that. So they're just going to have to, I don't know, either win or win or die. More archers are coming on in, so I don't like their chances. But they're giving the rest of my army time to get situated here. I am withdrawing my Nizaris that were out of ammunition. So yeah, they're going to be getting off the field, and then I can bring in more units. Because I don't really have the powerful cavalry that I need to run down these ranged units that are just going to be shooting at me from the bottom of this hill. What do we have? Some more Berber camels coming on in, some Ghulam bodyguards off in the distance. So yeah, Ghulam bodyguards, I do have some Ghulam Cav, a healthy unit, a relatively healthy unit that's coming back from... It's totally exhausted though, that's a problem. I don't know how much it can recover from that. But I'm going to be tempted to keep it on the field, at least for a little while, because, yeah, maybe it can do something for me. But I do have some Nizaris that still have ammo left, so I can shoot back into this. My Mamluk handgunners, maybe with the height advantage, maybe they can get some shots in. Looks like they should be. Are you guys shooting? Doesn't say they're shooting, so let's tell them to shoot at these arquebusiers down here. And you as well, you can kind of come on over here. Just get the odd kill. And Mamluk horse archers, you still have ammo. And you are out. So let's go ahead and tell you to withdraw. And I am glad that I kept on my 30-man unit of Ghulam cavalry, even though they are totally exhausted. Just because there is this extra unit of Ghulam bodyguards that's going to be charging uphill at me. I have 2 units of Saracens, so like I have a little something. Oh, actually, no, 3. Yeah, you're still here as well. That damaged unit. And yeah, we're gonna see. Do they want to charge uphill into this? I mean, I don't have. It's not the strongest position that I have, but you know, it's something. It's a lot of bodies to get through. I have 2 new fresh units of desert archers on the field, so plenty of ammo there. Let's see here. Might want to back up from the Berber camels. Well, no, these are the archer camels. So yeah, they're not good in melee. So yeah, we can crush them. But let's keep an eye on those Ghulams and see if and when they want to charge. Because if they charge up at me, it would be really nice to get an organ gun shot in at them. Alright, Berber camels want to charge me, so let's send my Ghulams in. In fact, I mean, you guys don't have to run away from these guys. You can turn around and fight. That's fine. Yeah, they're running away already, so let's just turn around here and turn around here. And ooh, can we get him? Can we get him? Get him. Organ gun, go. Organ gun, go. Organ gun, go. Oh, go. I think that killed more of my guys than theirs. Oh, God. Alright, Saracens, go on in. And Mamluks, you can kind of get out of there. Organ gun, probably stop aiming at your own guys. Organ gun. Nope, don't. That's, nope, don't. Yep, whatever. Just do that. That's fine. 13 Ghulam bodyguards. Should I send in the Nizaris? I mean, they're out of ammo, so I may as well send them in. But I don't think I need to send in my Ghulam cavalry. Are you recovering any fatigue? Yeah, you're down to exhausted. And, oh, my guys are still shooting. No, don't shoot. Don't shoot. They're not on fire at will, so you would think just taking them, just telling them to halt, tell them to stop shooting at my own guys. Alright, well, we broke that cav unit. There's only one left in there, so hopefully they don't shoot. There's only one guy left. Archers charging right on up into my desert archers. That's interesting. My desert archers are better in combat than them due to their small shield and the fact that they have better morale. And the fact that there's, 30 Ghulam cavalry sitting right behind here. So, yep, they broke. That's fine. Let's just go back. We have ourselves a brave unit of Naphthas that are charging my Mamluk horse archers here, trying to get in range of my guys. Can my Mamluk handgunners blast them down? Can my Mamluks shoot them down? These guys still have ammo, so I don't want to withdraw them quite yet, but yeah, they're going to be out pretty soon. In fact, let's try to back up a little bit just because you are taking needless arrow fire. And yeah, you don't need to be on skirmish mode at all. Just go ahead and blast these Naphthas. I think that by this point I should charge my Ghulams in. They're only very tired, so hopefully they can get a good little break here on the enemy just because there's so many guys here. Mamluk horse archers are out of ammo and they're also very tired, but let's try to get rid of these Naphthas and let's send in some Saracens on a downhill charge as well and try to just break this position here. Got some peasants coming in as well. Let's just send them in. And yeah, let's try to run. Actually, let's send my general in as well. And let's just try to run down as much of this as we can. We have ourselves 2 units of arquebusiers that have come on as reinforcements for the Almohads. So let's try to run them down as well. Some urban militia are coming up as well. Nothing else after that. But we want to keep an eye on that horizon because my general is sent forward here. And there we go. Okay, good. Those arquebusiers got broke. That feels good. And those urban militia are running away as well. Perfect. Okay, just to be safe, let's send my general back after a soft target like these Naphthas so that he doesn't get too caught up in the chase and too out of position. In fact, he can probably run down. I have some herons. Yeah, you guys are perfect. Nice. Perfect timing. You guys can run down the Naphthas there. I have another unit of archers that have just come on as well. Perfect. Could use the ammunition. All of these guys are just Mamluk handgunners and Mamluk horse archers. Let's see. You can probably make your way back to the hill. I'm going to leave my peasants and my Ghulam cavalry to drive off this force here. I mean, gosh, this might be it, but I haven't gotten a message yet saying that the Almohads are being driven from the field, so I don't quite know if that's going to be. Actually, let's send these peasants back. May as well. These Saharans, though, gosh, I'm tempted to run down those Naphthas. They are a very fast unit, those Saharans, but I may as well send them back to the hill, and I may as well call on more reinforcements just in case I'm going to need them. And I guess the Ghulams can start making their way back as well. They're so freaking tired. And let's see if this is going to be it for the Almohads. What's this? That naphtha unit that I let, like, stay? Like, I let them get away and they just come back? Like, I feel like the Almohads are completely done except for this one unit. That's ridiculous. There we go. Yeah, it's that one unit. I was like, yeah, no, let them get away. They're getting away. I'm like, no, let's kill them. Jesus, those assholes. Alright, yeah, 721 kills, 388 captured, and then I lost 481, so that's okay. Mammoth handgunners, let's see, any kills on these guys? 4, 0, and 2. Yeah, man, what a pitiful unit. Yep, pitiful units. Yeah, 0 kills on them. But yeah, still, a victory's a victory. Orkin Gun got 3 Valor and 54 kills. Okay, yeah, that's something. It's something. I wonder how much friendly fire happens, but I guess we won't talk about that. And yeah, that's a defense. So what? The Golden Horde has decided they can't beat Aragon? Oh, the province of Aragon, right, yeah. Who's invading? The French, I guess? Yeah. And yes, we did sink the Mongol boat in the Gulf of Lion. And yes, our jihad is won back Tunisia. Or Cyrenasia. Cyrenasia, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Ransom refused. Yes, so the Almohads cannot pay the 507. No, they can't pay the whatever the ransom is for Prince Abdullah and Ismail Abu Omar. And what is this? A loyalist rebellion? So is this the Italians rebellion against the papacy? Okie dokie. And oh, I have a loyalist rebellion here in Syria. That's fun. Cool. And yep, more peasant rebellions. And yeah, 1 turn before my siege in Syria. So they didn't attack, so I'm just gonna have to go in there and beat them back. And the Golden Horde are preparing to attack the papacy. Okay, that's fun. And the Danes are mobilizing and preparing for a major attack. Okay, I will believe that when I see it. They're planning to attack the French. Sure. And the French are preparing to attack the Egyptians. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so I lost a spy in Sicily. Did any get through? Oh yeah, I forgot to move my agents from Cyrenasia. Typical. And Syria, god damn it. I need to learn. God, this is just every time. Alright, Swordsmith is finished here in Egypt. I can't remember why I was building that, but there we go. And Prince Asali is loyalty, good, and Dawood Alabi. -2 acumen, -2 command. Boo. And yeah, looks like, you know, this jihad's getting bigger, doesn't it? 884, 1095, 884, 889, or 898, and 937. Yeah, it's gotten bigger. We got some serpentines here. Like, goddamn, dude. Looks like there's some peasants or Mamluks. Okay, yeah, same thing. And yeah, they're getting bigger. But what's happened here? So nothing. So they can't go lower than 2. It appears in these units. Interesting. Okay, well, obviously I will be sending those forces into Syria. What did I get for the Loyalist Rebellion? 2 Khwarezmians and 1 Arquebusiers. Fun. Super fun. Okay, yeah. Well, I will be taking back Syria, and I've taken back all of my North African provinces. How's my income? Losing 3,000? Yeah. Do I have... I'm getting blockaded there, and I'm getting blockaded anywhere else? I honestly think it's just... I think it's just the jihad armies that I'm paying upkeep for once they, you know, succeed, which is probably causing a drain on my economy. So I'm going to have to start disbanding armies pretty soon here. But you know what? That is all good for until next time. I apologize for my low energy. I'm just, you know, I got two nights in a row of solid sleep, and still it's just been, I don't know, just been really, last 2 days have just been so tired. But in any case, yeah, this has been Concept playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.